Listen closely to the sound coming from the spoiler. Today, we're heading out for technical support. They install reflective film here, and the lead installer asked why dust keeps getting in. So he reached out to talk, and we came over to hear about the challenges firsthand. We'll figure out exactly what the issue is and hopefully provide some real help. Let's go take a look together. Great work. The installer is already hard at work. Since he can handle vehicle repairs too, he is installing it with the door trim removed. Because he knows vehicle repair well, removing the door trim is no stress for him at all. In a case like this, you only need to secure the very edge, just the corner at the end. Even if you roll the window up in this condition, it will not lift or peel. For this type of job, this overall method is good, but reflective film should be handled this way. With reflective film, the molding marks show clearly here. Once you roll the window down later, it is fine. You can roll it up right away without any issue. Roll it up in this condition, finish the bottom edge, and move on. Then you will not need to come back here again, so this is fine. There is even a method that makes it perfectly flush with this surface. Pico edge shaving. Even after shaving, as long as the shave is done well, you can roll it up immediately. It comes out clean. For this kind of installation, you should never leave a step or height difference like this. Just roll it up. The focus is dust control and eliminating unnecessary repeated steps. I'll install one myself with that in mind, so watch closely. Hyundai KONA N rear windshield installation. Like this, when there is a spoiler mounted at the top and a rear wiper as well, you cannot simply lay the film on and heat shrink it right away. As you can see, you cannot set the film across both the top and bottom of the rear glass and shrink it all at once. You need to lower it and shrink the top first, then raise it and shrink the bottom. That is how it needs to be done. If you apply it all at once, these days the upper section can also become a problem. If you push the film all the way to the edge of the glass and set it, the film can burn. If you put the heat gun here, this spoiler is made of a very thin panel, so it can get damaged if you lay the film on it. Hyundai vehicles are 100%. Hyundai and Kia vehicles are 100% Korean glass. For vehicles like these, you need to apply some soap solution. Otherwise, the film sticks too aggressively. You need to decide whether to heat shrink the bottom of the film first or the top first. That decision needs to be made. Usually, the top. Generally, you start with the top, lower it by about 5 centimeters, and heat shrink it like this. After some time, it expands and makes a sound. Did you hear that sound? That means you need to move. If you keep heat shrinking in one spot, the spoiler can warp. You need to heat shrink quickly and move away. You cannot keep the heat gun in one place. The spoiler expands and makes popping sounds. When you hear that sound, move further down and continue the heat shrinking there. When you look from the side, can you see the line at the very edge? If that edge line develops broken, choppy wrinkles, it takes more time to finish later. So you need to keep this area tight and smooth to reduce the finishing time. With this type of vehicle, like the Kona, where the rear has both a spoiler and a wiper, you do not have to worry as much about the spoiler getting too much heat by mistake. That allows you to heat shrink more freely. You need to watch the film shrink smoothly like this. I am not sure if the camera can capture it. From the side, above all, these defroster lines on an SUV rear windshield make the edge finishing extremely important. That is what helps reduce the finishing time. If that line does not adhere and becomes distorted, it will not stick properly. Then you have to spend extra time trying to correct it. That extra time can be reduced. The most important thing, I am not sure if you can see it on camera, is that the film edge needs to lie flat like this. If the edge line is broken up, the finishing time later gets longer, and at the edge, the painted area may not adhere well. That is the key when heat shrinking. How should we attach the liner? Do you peel it off from there? Then, let's go remove the liner. You need to roll it from the right side first. Since it is a new car,
새 차라서 이제
if water gets into trim pieces or finishing materials like these,
물이 들어가면
the customer may not feel good about it.
기분 나쁠 수 있겠죠.
For the customer to leave feeling satisfied, the finishing after tinting is sometimes more important than the tinting itself. Because this is a service business, I think it is a very important element. Customers look at the car before they look at the tint. They check whether the car is okay and whether it is clean.
우리 그 우리
I used to think that way too. Tint installers, including myself,
썬팅 기술자분들 저를 포함해서
tend to think that as long as the tint comes out well, that is enough.
된다라고 생각하시죠. 근데
Of course, the tint needs to come out well as a basic standard, but customers
고객은요.
look at the condition of their car first. They check whether the car has been damaged. That is why the finishing work on the vehicle and the level of cleaning after the final result is completed are extremely important. As long as you are in the service business, they are essential factors that must be recognized as important. The key point for preventing dust on SUV and RV rear windshields is this upper section. Deep inside that upper rubber seal, if you take good care of this upper section, dust will not get in. And the defroster lines too. For some reason, clumps of dust come out from the defroster lines. So how should you clean this? Right? Some people use squeegee sponges, special sponges, steel wool, and things like that. But I wrap the defroster lines with a urethane squeegee and push straight across like this. I think this cleaning method is the most practical. And the best approach in my installation method. Go across once horizontally, then once vertically. Since it is urethane, there is less risk. With plastic, if you go vertically at a right angle, there is a concern that the defroster lines could be damaged. Then spray water. It needs to flow out. There is only one thing to focus on: dust control. There is nothing else to look at here. As long as you manage the dust at the top needs to be removed thoroughly. Blow firmly inside the rubber seal to clean it out. You saw that, right? This is the final step. Put it back in again, put it back in again, and continue. Then make one smooth pass again.
센터.
This also needs to be positioned properly, just like the windshield. I positioned it, but the film is wrinkling. If this area has choppy marks, it looks very bad from here. You can see it with the naked eye when you open the trunk. So this area needs to come out very clean. For the subscribers watching our videos, I wish we could clearly show the film condition, such as which parts shine and which do not, but it does not show well on camera. That is how we completed the KONA rear windshield installation. For the first time, it came out clean. Vehicle installation, feedback, and demonstration. Request technical support. If you would like feedback and guidance on difficult vehicle installations and professional techniques, leave a request in the YouTube comments or email us, and we will get in touch.